Wow, oh man, I almost forgot to do this part before it starts. Well, I think the intro is going to be pretty short on this one though, so that's fine. If you've been watching my ladder Nuzlocke over the last, 7 weeks, you probably saw this coming. I'm recording this a little bit after I finished the ladder Nuzlocke. Actually, I don't remember how long it's been, at least a couple weeks after I finished recording it. Just because it took some time for my schedule to line up with the tournament schedule. But yeah, I'm back at Biffpipp's Battle Frontier, hosts of usually multiple limitless tournaments every week, and I'm just using the exact team that I used to complete the ladder Nuzlocke. That's all there is to this, so either you've seen this team before, or you should go back and watch those videos and see how it came together, but it is completely unaltered. I just took the exact import of the team that I uploaded to the server at the Showdown server at the end of the Nuzlocke, and now we're going to try it in a best-of-3 tournament, Biffpipp's Battle Frontier. Looks like another pretty small one, and I actually don't think at a glance that I recognize most of the names in it, so I don't know how many of the usual people are going to be there. I haven't played in a little bit. Maybe the usual people now aren't the ones I know, but in any case, yeah, for better and for worse, this is just the exact team I used in the ladder Nuzlocke, and the tournament should start in a couple minutes, and I'll just show each set. Okay, round 1. We got this Koraidon team. Looks like some Sun offense. I actually had some time while I was waiting for my opponent to check in, but I didn't look over their team sheet because I don't know. Wasn't dialed in, I guess. But let's try to get dialed in now. Alright, Safety Goggles, Chiyu, Nasty Plot. Okay, interesting. Your basic Jump Bluff. Well, this one has Pollen Puff. I don't know how many of them run that, but that's a nice tech. Bulk Up Koraidon. Okay. Life Orb Walking Wake. And then, ooh, the Sneasler is here. I didn't really process that either. Okay, Sun versus Sun, obviously, and I need to speed up here, or I'm going to run out of time to pick my leads. I think game 1, we probably don't bring Urshifu or Rillaboom into a Sun team. I think we just try to match our Sun with their Sun. What am I running? Specs Chiyu. Let's do Murkrow, Groudon. Let's do Murkrow, Raging Bolt, Groudon, Chiyu. Raging Bolt I like as an offensive threat into this team, and Murkrow lets me match Tailwind. They set the Sun for me, so that's nice. Of course, they also set it for themselves. And they can just Sleep Powder Raging Bolt, but hey, maybe it'll miss. I could Thunder Wave Jump Bluff, actually. Thunder Wave Jump Bluff turn 1. If they Sleep Powder, neither of us is Tailwind up. Match for Tailwind, I can offset Tailwind. I actually do like Thunder Waving Jump Bluff. And I'll just protect Raging Bolt this turn. See what they go for. They just Flare Blitz Murkrow immediately. That does some big damage, but less than they'd like. I can Tailwind here. I can Dragon Pulse Koraidon. It's Terra Fire, so it can turn the weakness off, but it's not like it's turning into a Fairy type. That does still leave Raging Bolt open to Jump Bluff. The Koraidon doesn't have a Dragon attack. I'm just going to do it, I think. Ah, they protect. Okay. I was also thinking about attacking Jump Bluff, but you know, I wasn't sure how much that would accomplish. I do have a window here to attack Jump Bluff if I want. I also can Thunder Wave Koraidon, actually. Thunder Wave is just a move that I threw onto this Murkrow because why not? Could really be proving itself already. I'm actually down to just Thunder Wave Koraidon and Thunderbolt Jump Bluff. Ah, they Rage Powder. Okay. But they knock out Murkrow. Now, they still have Jump Bluff. When my Tailwind runs out in 2 turns, I won't be able to bring it back. I'm going to go Groudon here, I think. Groudon or Chiyu? The Specs Chiyu is not very good into this unterracialized Koraidon. I'm going to go Groudon. And I think I'm down to just... Let's see if I can get a Sword Stance, actually. It's maybe a bit of a gamble, but yeah, I'm feeling it. Jump Bluff is fully paralyzed. That's very good for me here, as I'll get to knock it out. And deny the Sleep Powder if they went for that there. Now this is, again, a Life Orb Walking Wake. 3 attacks and Protect. It's going to do big damage to Groudon. And of course I don't have the boosting its speed. I don't have the Thunder Wave on the board anymore. I'm just going to risk a Precipice Blades, I think, and I'll Thunderclap the Walking Wake to try to wear that down. That does big damage. But Groudon just gets knocked out by that Hydro Steam. Fair enough. So I don't think Chi-Yu is going to save me here in Game 1. I'm going to have to reconsider my approach in Game 2. The Sun is gone, and there's not really... Chi-Yu doesn't have a good attack to hit Koraidon. I'm just going to Terra Ghost to turn off the fighting and water weaknesses. And I'm going to go Heat Wave for the spread damage. The Walking Wake Terastallizing actually means that it will take more damage from Heat Wave than it would have before. So maybe that matters, I don't know. It doesn't matter if we miss though. And Koraidon is not taking nearly enough. Burn would have been nice, didn't get one. Okay. So here are the limits of this team that was, you know, thrown together in a ladder challenge, huh? The Murkrow was good though. Maybe I can do something with Murkrow in the back. Do I want Urshifu after all? I just don't really see the vision, right? Because Surging Strikes is going to be weakened by the Sun. Well, I mean, Close Combat is still probably one of my best ways to get damage into Koraidon, actually. And Walking Wake. So there might be a reason to bring Urshifu this time. I even might want to leave Groudon behind. I mean, Groudon... all it did was get knocked out by the Walking Wake. But in theory, it could take a hit from anybody else. Leaving my Restricted behind is a bit of a tough sell. Honestly, I'm not sure Chi-Yu is that valuable in this matchup. Kind of feels like it's forced to Terra. So, I think I'm going to do Murkrow Raging Bolt lead again. This time Urshifu in the back with Groudon. We'll see if that works out somewhat better. I know I said I wanted Murkrow in the back, but I can't think of another lead in this matchup. This time I'm going to go straight for a Thunder Wave into Koraidon. Protect Raging Bolt. It means again that I'm gambling a bit with the Sleep Powder on the Jump Bluff, but it can't put Raging Bolt to sleep this turn. It can put Murkrow to sleep if they figured that out, and from this Protect play it looks like they might have. No, they just Tailwind. Okay. I do have the option to just get my Tailwind here. Do I want to Terastallize? No, they don't have a Dragon attack. There's no reason to Terastallize here. Tailwind or Thunder Wave? I think Tailwind is... I think once they have Tailwind up, I just need my own Tailwind, is the answer here. But I'll Dragon Pulse the Koraidon if they let me. They Terra Fire, okay. I put Raging Bolt to sleep, and this is where I get into trouble, right? Murkrow just gets knocked out by that Flare Blitz, so I did get my Tailwind up, and it's offset from theirs. But Jump Bluff is still here, and it can put Groudon to sleep next turn. I think I do bring Groudon in anyway, in the hope that I dodge the Sleep Powder and Heat Crash Jump Bluff. Because otherwise I think I just lose to this Koraidon. And I mean, I'll still try to get damage into Koraidon if I can. I should have clicked Thunderbolt. Didn't matter because Raging Bolt didn't wake up. But they do actually just let me have the Jump Bluff there, so at least the Sleep Powder threat is gone now. This is the last turn of their Tailwind. I could try to protect through it. Of course, they can protect through my Tailwind the next turn, but I mean, so be it. I'll protect Groudon, and I'll try to protect Raging Bolt. It wakes up, good. Now, I can Thunderclap something, but... I think I need damage on Walking Wake, right? And then Urshifu can probably beat Koraidon, especially with the Sun going down. So I'll click Precipice Blades. Actually, I should probably just try to cheese a double Protect. And actually, I probably should have Thunderclapped Walking Wake last turn. Well, yeah, they protect around my stuff now. Actually, I should have clicked Swords Dance with Groudon this turn. But again, Groudon... because I'm not getting the triple Protect, am I? Yeah, okay, I played the Groudon completely wrong here. I'll just Precipice Blades in case it works out somehow. At least the Hydro Steam isn't Sun boosted. Thunderclap for some nice damage into Walking Wake. Raging Bolt takes a hit. Groudon narrowly takes a Hydro Steam. We'll get a chance to fire off a Precipice Blades here, and we'll miss both targets. Absolutely classic. Just wonderful Groudon gameplay right there. I'll let Groudon go down to get Urshifu in. I'll protect Raging Bolt because I think they're going to protect Walking Wake and attack Raging Bolt. I guessed wrong. See, I thought they would do that so that they wouldn't be knocked out by the Thunderclap. But actually, if I just Thunderclapped Walking Wake that turn, I could have gotten another Precipice Blades off. So that kind of sucks for me, but that's how the game goes sometimes. I'm just getting the reads, plural, I'm just getting the reads wrong this set. I do take out the Walking Wake there. We take out the Koraidon, so we're still in this game too. After all those shaky reads, it's just Flutter Mane left. I'll just Terra Water, there's no Sun. Thunderclap and Surging Strikes. Thunderclap does a little more than half, and so for all my griping, I actually did win game 2. And we're going now to game 3. And I think it's just the same mode again. I think it's Murkrow, Raging Bolt. They might put more emphasis on removing the Raging Bolt this time because it put in a lot of work, especially in game 2. But then maybe that buys time for Murkrow to spread Paralysis, and Groudon kind of needs that to get going. Groudon has still been pretty useless in this set. If it had landed that Precipice Blades into even one target last game, that would have been something. But yeah, we bring Groudon and Urshifu in the back. And yeah, I guess if they do try to remove Raging Bolt more quickly this time, then that's just more opportunity for Murkrow to be a nuisance to them, is what I'm saying here. I'll just go straight for a Thunder Wave into Jumpluff, anticipating that they might protect Koraidon like they did last game. And I guess following that same logic, I'll just go for a Thunderbolt into Jumpluff as well. They could put Raging Bolt to sleep again like they did in game 2. That turned out not to be the end of the world, and hey, what can you do? They actually just Rage Powder right away, which is interesting. They're going for the Bulk Up Koraidon plan, okay. Murkrow is faster than Raging Bolt. Do I think a Foul Play will knock out Jumpluff? I'm really not confident of that, but honestly, I think I'm down to try it. It'll be cool if it works. They protect Koraidon now. They get Tailwind, so they don't do any damage. Foul Play does not KO Jumpluff, but I didn't really lose anything playing it that way. Now I get Tailwind again. And I think I'll just protect Raging Bolt this turn. They could put Murkrow to sleep. That would be a cool play by them. Ooh, they just missed the KO with that Flare Blitz as they try to put Raging Bolt to sleep. Jumpluff, of course, is paralyzed. I can either Foul Play Jumpluff or Thunder Wave Koraidon here. I think I actually like the Foul Play into Jumpluff. Try to get that KO and see if Raging Bolt can attack Koraidon. They're being very careful with the okay, interesting. Full para. Nice, timely. They're being very careful with the Koraidon. They've almost stalled out their own Tailwind turns, and now Jumpluff is gone. Now I can Thunder Wave something pretty freely. It's there's no Protect on the Flutter Mane. It's running Specs. But I also kind of just like the Terra Electric Koraidon here, or Terra Electric Raging Bolt here, right? Like, I think I can just Thunder Wave Koraidon. I guess it kind of works out to the same thing either way. Let's Thunder Wave Flutter Mane, Terra Electric, Dragon Pulse Koraidon, and I'm looking for Raging Bolt to be able to take a hit from Flutter Mane. We land the Thunder Wave. Koraidon goes for a Bulk Up. Raging Bolt takes that Dazzling Gleam. Koraidon's knocked out by Dragon Pulse. Nice. And Raging Bolt has used their Terra. There's no Sun left. There will be as soon as I bring Groudon back in, so let's bring Urshifu in first. It's the Walking Wake. Flutter Mane, of course, can't protect, so just Surging Strike that. And I think I'll protect Raging Bolt this turn, because I want to preserve it so that I can like Thunderclap into Walking Wake at least once. Flutter Mane drops, Walking Wake goes for Hydro Steam into Raging Bolt. So hey, now I don't even know that I'm really getting the reads right now, but things are working out for me. And I had to decide there whether I would Surging Strike Walking Wake or switch out to Groudon, knowing that that gives Walking Wake a Hydro Steam boost. A speed boost as well, but the Hydro Steam is more important. I was definitely always clicking Thunderclap into Walking Wake there. But yeah, I had to figure out whether I wanted to pivot the Groudon in, be able to change Urshifu's move, or just go for the Surging Strikes for what little damage it was doing. But that decision is taken out of my hands as my opponent forfeits, and we start the tournament 1-0. Round 2, and that must have been the last set to finish in round 1 because I had almost no downtime in between. But now it's a Kyogre team, and clock's ticking. I don't want to Dark Pulse Tornadus. That's interesting. But yeah, don't want to mess myself up here, so let's talk more figuring out a game plan. We both have a passive weather setter and a priority weather setter, so a lot of weather war potential here. On the other hand, Urshifu goes kind of crazy into a lot of their Pokemon. So I could even just lead Urshifu Murkrow, I think. I can match Tailwind, I can click Thunder Wave if I want, like I did sometimes in that last set. I probably don't even want to click Sunny Day next to Urshifu, but I have the option. And then I'll bring Groudon. And do I bring... That leaves only one of Rillaboom and Raging Bolt, huh? I'm going to bring Rillaboom to this one, because Raging Bolt is pretty dubious into Pokemon like Iron Hands and Landorus, but Raging Bolt might be a good mix-up to have available later in the set. I forgot that this is coaching Urshifu. Do I want to walk into coaching and like switch Rillaboom in on this Iron Hands? That could actually be very strong here. Definitely a fun idea. So the problem is Iron Hands might just knock me out, right? I'm going to switch Rillaboom in anyway, but I'll switch it into the Urshifu slot, and I'll just click Tailwind. So if they don't fake Murkrow out, then we can match Tailwinds here. Okay. They don't actually click Fake out at all, but I did switch Rillaboom right into a Bleak Wind Storm. Just Wild Charge Murkrow. Yeah, not having a good switch into that Bleak Wind Storm is a problem, and a good reason to bring Raging Bolt in Game 2. I guess I'll Terra Fire just to cover that weakness, but that is really, you know, that's pretty committal, and it is putting me on the back foot already. Let's get whatever damage I can into Iron Hands, and honestly, I'm down to just Thunder Wave Tornadus, because why not while Murkrow is still here? No matter what happens in this video, Thunder Wave Murkrow is looking like the story here. I gotta go Groudon. Try to get a Sword Stance. And still have Urshifu in the back. I think I like that. They can take the sun away, but I haven't brought a sun-dependent mode here. In fact, Urshifu would rather play in rain. Now, how much did that Wood Hammer do to Iron Hands? 60. So that means I think that means Grassy Glide will not KO, right? Let's see if they let me have another Wood Hammer and a Sword Stance. I might be getting greedy here, but the early game here went pretty badly for me, so you know, I'm trying to make some big plays. That Bleak Wind did so much to Groudon. Okay. Urshifu. I could lock into coaching, but I think I want to be able to Surging Strike Pokemon like Landorus. Yeah, I can't lock into close combat because I could have Sinisha in the back. So even though Surging Strikes is less a Kyogre, I think it is correct here. Will it knock out Iron Hands in Sun? Wouldn't bet on it, but we'll try it out. No, it won't. Yeah, Groudon's going for Heat Crash into the Torn. Urshifu taking a Wild Charge is pretty good, but it's probably going to get KO'd by Bleak Wind Storm now. Never mind. Groudon's faster than the Paralyzed Torn. Didn't really properly account for that, and it does just get the KO. But I think I just lose to Kyogre from here. Hang on, do they have Water Spout? They do. Do I have to Surging Strike the Landorus, or can I Surging Strike Kyogre to weaken Water Spout? I don't think it matters. I think I lose to Water Spout either way. But you know what? I'll play to what looks like it might conceivably be an out. Terra Water Landorus, wow. That means it would have been hit by the Precipice Blades, but yeah, we do disrupt these two Pokemon. They also still had Tailwind and I didn't, but nothing I could do about it at that point. So another game 1 loss. Can I find an adjustment this time? I mean, I think I definitely want to bring Raging Bolt to this one. I might even want to lead it. They brought the Landorus last game, and Landorus is a problem for Raging Bolt, but I could even lead I could even lead Raging Bolt Urshifu, actually. Be ready to play in rain immediately. Immediately threaten Tornadus without letting Landorus in super easily. It does maybe run into a bit of trouble with an Iron Hands lead again, but I have Groudon for that. And do I bring Rillaboom or do I bring Murkrow? I think I bring Rillaboom. I think we leave the Murkrow behind for this one. Because Rillaboom with that priority Grassy Glide might be a late game out in an otherwise rough position. They actually do lead the Landorus with the Tornadus this time. We know it's Terra Water, but I can pin it with Surging Strikes and Thunderclap. One of those attacks will come out looking kind of silly, depending on whether it terrestrializes or not, but the other one should do big damage. Unless it switches out. And then the Thunderclap looks silly, but the Surging Strike should at least chip something. This does leave Urshifu vulnerable to a Bleak Wind Storm, but they do set Tailwind here. Yep, I end up with kind of a silly looking Thunderclap, especially so since the Earth Power just knocks out Raging Bolt. Okay, well. Okay, looks like Landorus is going to be a tough matchup for this team, huh? Hopefully this is the only one I face tonight. They do have Sludge Bomb. But I'm just going to trust in my Assault Vest Rillaboom, and I'm going to try to Thunderclap Tornadus to deny a Bleak Wind Storm. Okay, do manage that. Trading Raging Bolt for Tornadus is probably not good, though. But Landorus is now solidly in Grassy Glide range. So maybe I just led the wrong physical attacker next to Raging Bolt this game. Like a Rillaboom Raging Bolt lead might have just might have given me a real advantage here. They can fake something out. If they fake out Rillaboom, then Landorus gets a chance to land a big attack into something. I'm gonna protect Groudon to try to cover for that. But they can Sludge Bomb Rillaboom pretty freely here. I just didn't see anything I could do about it. Okay. Yeah, so I think I just lose to, if not Landorus, then to Kyogre in the back now. Alright, so I didn't figure this one out. I think a Raging Bolt Rillaboom lead would have been interesting in this game, but yeah, this one maybe exposed some of the limits of this team a little bit. But that's okay. We're doing a fun, silly little thing here. And we know this team can get some wins, so there are, I don't know, 2 or 3 rounds left. We'll see what kind of matchups we get there. But yeah, 1-1 so far. Okay, round 3 out of 5, I think, in Swiss, and this time it's a Zamazenta team. Okay, Screens Grims. Oh, they have their own Thunderwave prankster. Uh-oh. Another Life Orb Landorus, too. This could be a rough matchup, huh? It definitely could be. And Chen Pao is going to make things trickier. I mean, this might be a matchup where Chi-Yu can cook some of their Pokemon, but especially since it's a Dark type, they can't Thunder Wave it. I might even want to lead Murkrow Chi-Yu here. I don't know if this is a Groudon. They have Wide Growth. I don't know if this is a Groudon game. I'm really finding it hard to believe in Groudon tonight, actually. I was kind of having a moment in the meta at one point, but I think that might have passed. But what do I have to beat Zamazenta? It's Terra Dragon, so even Surging Strike's crit will only work if it doesn't Terra. But I do have Raging Bolt then. I think I bring Urshifu and Raging Bolt, and I leave the Groudon behind, at least for game 1. Tornadus Landorus lead. Just like the last game I played. Can I Terrestrialize Chi-Yu and just Heat Wave? Or even Overheat the Landorus? That might actually be better, because Tornadus I can beat with Raging Bolt. Let's do it. Tailwind, Overheat. Ah, Terra Water. I didn't even check. And they just Terra it immediately. Interesting. The Overheat's still almost KO'd, but not quite. I actually can now Thunder Wave the Landorus if I want. Or I can just Foul Play it. I mean, Landorus is a pretty high attack stat. This one I'm sure is min attack, but Foul Play still ought to do some damage, right? But then what, do I sack Chi-Yu? I might need it to beat the Zum. But it kind of loses to the rest of their team, so I don't know if Chi-Yu is really worth preserving here. Or if I try to beat Zamazenta with Urshifu and Raging Bolt in the back. I think that's what my gut is telling me, at least. So let's go for a foul play into Landorus, and I guess overheat into Torn, but I don't think they'll let me have that. Bleak Wind. Have we seen a Bleak Wind miss tonight? Now, the awkward thing is, because the Landorus protected, I actually could have switched Raging Bolt in pretty safely there, and then I'd be threatening Landorus with a now super effective Thunderclap, but... oh well. I can still Thunderclap it. And let's just Thunder Wave the Torn, because why not? Actually, they can switch Landorus out here. Maybe Thunderbolt is better, but nope. They're going to let me have this Thunderclap. Knock out Landorus. They got Sun, but Murkrow's still on the board. Or they got Rain. Murkrow's still on the board. I can set Sun up if I want, but it actually nerfs my own Urshifu, so I'm not sure I do. Raging Bolt already has the Photosynthesis anyway, thanks to the booster energy. I actually might prefer here to Thunder Wave Zamazenta, and I think there's not much reason for them not to just click Bleak Wind here, so I'll Thunderclap Tornadus. Yep, got Tornadus. Raging Bolt took a lot from that body press. It won't survive another one. Zamazenta being paralyzed might be an out. Does the Urshifu have Protect? Nope. Choice banned. Choice banned. But I can get Tailwind back up here. Right? Actually, wait. Tailwind is going to have the same priority as Aqua Jet, right? So they can deny it. But they can't do that and preempt a Thunderclap. They Aqua Jet Murkrow, so I don't get my Tailwind. Oh! I forgot Sucker Punch mechanics there. That's on me. I messed that up. But I guess I didn't really have another way to play that. Or maybe I did. I don't know, but I'm just going to lock into... it doesn't really matter. Well, they're locked into Aqua Jet, right? So... is there a way? I don't think there is. I'm just going to lock into Surging Strikes. See what that does to the Zamazenta. Second one would knock it out, but I don't think I'll get the chance. No, we're in range of that Aqua Jet now. Okay, what am I doing for game 2? What am I doing for game 2? It's really awkward that Raging Bolt is... like, my best answer to Landorus is make it Terra, get the Raging Bolt. They have Sludge Bomb, right? They do. Okay. So even Rillaboom is not a super safe answer. Plus, of course, it's weak to the Bleak Wind. I could try leading Murkrow or Urshifu this time. Yeah, Murkrow or Urshifu. If it's the Landorus again, then at least there's a chance I force the Terra. And then Rillaboom or Raging Bolt can deal with it in the back. I think I have to bring Chi-Yu again, because I don't have a ton of answers to Zamazenta without it. So I think Rillaboom, unfortunately, does have to sit this one out again. It's the same 4 Pokemon, just in a different order. They have the same lead as last game. So if I think they probably Terra the Landorus, I can Thunder Wave it. This looks very silly if they don't Terra, but I'm really thinking about just clicking Thunder Wave. I guess I could just click Tailwind alternatively. And Surging Strike the Torn. Yeah, they do Terra Landorus. But that's what I wanted, right? I wanted to make them commit the Terra to Landorus and leave it vulnerable to Raging Bolt later in the game. I'm not sure that's going to work out in my favor, but that's the position I was trying to create here. For better or for worse. The problem is I have no Earth Power switch in, so I might just have to let the Urshifu go down here. I will click Thunder Wave into Landorus and see if I can get a full para and knock out or get damage into their Urshifu before. I mean, even without a full para, I at least guarantee that my Urshifu gets another attack off. Yep. But now Raging Bolt coming in is very strong because it's a massive threat to both of these. It is, again, a little bit tricky to think about which one to target, though. I think I can Thunderbolt into the Landorus pretty safely, right? Because I shouldn't need Thunderclap now that it's paralyzed. And that means if it switches out, Thunderbolt hits whatever switches in. I'll Thunder Wave the Urshifu for attempted cheese. That actually switches out to Zamazenta. But that means I paralyze that, and yeah, Landorus drops to a Thunderbolt, so that turn worked out pretty nicely. Torn is back. I can kind of pin that slot with a Thunderclap, can't I? But then what do I want Murkrow to do? I mean, really I want Murkrow to get through this turn and be able to click Tailwind again. But I guess I'll just Foul Play into Zamazenta for now, because Murkrow doesn't have a whole lot else to do at the moment. I don't... You know, setting up Sun might be nice for Chi-Yu in the back. That's something I can think about for sure. Looks like I might get more time to think about as they choose to Body Press the Murkrow. But this time, yeah, I can set... Nope. This is the same position as game 1. If the Urshifu locks into Aqua Jet, its move will go first. So I can't Thunderclap it. I still can try to Tailwind, actually, because I don't think Aqua Jet will one-shot Murkrow. But we'll Thunderclap the Zamazenta instead. They do Aqua Jet Murkrow. And yeah, I'm making sure to get some damage before Raging Bolt drops to this Body Press, but... No, I think this is still okay, because I can Terra Ghost Chi-Yu. I don't know the weight difference. It might take a lot from Heavy Slam. What do I lock into? I think I have to lock into Overheat, right? I think I have to Tailwind. No, I have Tailwind up already. In that case, I can Sunny Day, actually. Yeah, that'll weaken the Aqua Jet as well. Sunny Day, Terra Ghost, Overheat, or Shifu. Zamazenta tried to Wide Guard, I think. The full para doesn't matter because I didn't click a spread move. That Overheat miss is pretty bad, especially given that the full para didn't matter. But what can you do? I'll just click Foul Play into Zamazenta, try to Overheat Urshifu again. Chi-Yu's going to get knocked down a little bit below half because it took 2 Aqua Jets. Does it survive a Heavy Slam? No, it doesn't. So that Overheat miss might have lost the game, but that's Pokemon. That's how it goes sometimes. And also, it actually is still possible to win this if they're just fully paralyzed forever. A few more Foul Plays eventually will take the Zamazenta out. It's very low odds to work, but I actually do take 1 Body Press. There's still a chance. If they get fully paralyzed here, I can still win. But it didn't happen. Alright, yeah, so that was, I think, a game-losing Overheat miss, but then I pretty solidly lost game 1, and I still would have had to figure it out in a game 3 after this, so, you know, what can you do? I'm still having fun, but I'm now 1-2 with a couple of rounds left to try to turn this around. I forgot to mention, but between rounds 2 and 3, I checked the metagame tab a little bit in Limitless. And big surprise, I'm using the only Murkrow here tonight. But we didn't see that one coming. Also the only Groudon, which is not super shocking. Especially with how Groudon is felt in tonight's meta, at least. Anyway, got another Koraidon team here with old friends Raging Bolt and Chi-Yu, and then some turbo scary Pokemon in Fluttermane, Cornerstone Mask, Ogerpon, and Ditto. I almost want to bring Murkrow just to see if Ditto turns into Murkrow at some point. That would be funny. Honestly, Murkrow is probably a reasonable bring anyway because they don't have Tailwind. Actually, unless they copy Murkrow, so that might be a reasonable play for them. But I might, yeah, my edge here might just be Tailwind. Groudon's really strong in Tailwind. Chi-Yu is strong here in Tailwind. I actually think I like just leading Murkrow Groudon into this one. And like Chi-Yu Raging Bolt in the back. I'm hesitating a little bit, but I think that's really strong here. Probably speed boosting Fluttermane, but still. It is Fluttermane Koraidon here. How do we feel about just Tailwind Precipice Blades? Turn 1. I think I feel pretty good about it. Also, alternatively, I could Heat Crash the Fluttermane. Because the Fluttermane could give me some trouble if I let it. Do I have other things for Koraidon? I mean, I do have Raging Bolt in the back. That's not nothing. And I can Thunder Wave it also. Alright, I'm going to do Tailwind, Heat Crash into Fluttermane. Ah, they protected. Could have used Swords Dance or Precipice Blades, and that would have been better. Well, Groudon survives that Flare Blitz. Koraidon does a lot back to itself, especially with that Life Orb. I don't think they keep the Fluttermane in now that they see how motivated I am to get rid of it. It's a bit of a gamble if it does stay in, but I'm just going to Thunder Wave. Yeah, I'm just going to Thunder Wave Koraidon and click Precipice Blades here. Oh, if I get the Precipice Blades into the Raging Bolt, that's good for me. Okay, miss Koraidon. We get big damage into Raging Bolt. Koraidon's fully paralyzed, so Groudon will get another chance to attack, and of course it's immune to Thunderclap. And I think I'll just go for a Foul Play into Koraidon here. Throw off another Precipice Blades. As much as I complained about that... Okay, the Knockmurker out. Fair enough. As much as I missed the Raging Bolt this time. As much as I complained about that Overheat miss last round, and I might complain about some Precipice Blades misses throughout the night, I do feel like I've been getting my own back with full paras at some points. That said, I haven't done anything to get rid of this Flutter Mane yet. And they could have Ditto in the back, which could be a problem, actually. Do they have Protect on Raging Bolt? They do not. So I can pretty safely Dragon Pulse that. It's also not Terra Fairy. Did they Terra Koraidon? I think they did. Looks like they didn't, but in any case, they can't make their Raging Bolt immune to this. And I can Heat Wave, or I can just Overheat the Flutter Mane. And then if Ditto comes in... I guess if Ditto copies Raging Bolt, I might just be kind of cooked then. Except I still have my Terra, so I can Terra Electric. I'm down to Overheat the Flutter Mane. Okay, they Terra Electric their Bolt, they Protect Flutter. That's a pretty good recipe for me to lose to Flutter now that my Tailwind is wearing off, but, you know, I'll try not to. I have locked Chi-Yu into Overheat, and it's going to be outsped by the Flutter now. And there's not really any value in Terrassalizing Chi-Yu. That's never really saving it from anything. They have Protect on both Pokemon. They just protected the Flutter, though, so I'll Thunderclap that, and I'll Overheat it as well. This game felt very winnable, but it's starting to feel less winnable now. Those Precipice Blades misses might really cost me, but I did get that full para, so we're just playing Pokemon here. Can't really complain. Okay, they Icy Wind. Chi-Yu will survive that, but what are they doing with their Chi-Yu? Heat Wave. Yeah, okay, so I just don't have enough left now to win. I mean, they could miss... Oh no, it's not even Choice Chi-Yu. They still can miss all their attacks, actually. Let's Thunderclap the Flutter, they Protect, and Chi-Yu definitely lands an attack. Alright, well, what am I doing in Game 2? I've lost every Game 1 tonight, haven't I? So far. There's still one more round after this. Maybe I'll win at Game 1. I kind of want to just bring the same stuff again, honestly. I actually think that's pretty reasonable. I think if Groudon just lands its Precipice Blades, this can look very different. I'm going to live and die by this mode here. Rillaboom and Urshifu just don't feel like they're bringing much to these Sun matchups a lot of the time. Yeah, I think we just land our Precipice Blades. It's a different set. Okay, the Chi-Yu lead makes a different set too. I guess we want to Terrafire Groudon this time, probably. And we might want to think about just clicking Press. I was thinking I might click Swords Dance if I saw the Flutter Mane lead. I still could, because they could protect the Chi-Yu. I could Terrafire, Swords Dance. That would play nicely into the way they played in Game 1. They could switch it, but you know what? I'm willing to take a bit of a risk here. Terrafire, Swords Dance. Let's Terra Water Chi-Yu. What's it locking into, though? Or not locking in, it's not choice, but what's it using? Heat Wave. So Groudon resists. Murkrow goes down a bit more quickly than I'd like. But I'm now going to get +2 Precipice Blades. I'm going Koraidon. I can Thunderclap the Chi-Yu. But I have Tailwind up. I can also just Thunderbolt. Or I can Dragon Pulse Koraidon. Both my Pokemon resist the Heat Wave. I don't think Chi-Yu gets a KO this turn. I'll go Dragon Pulse into Koraidon just for a little bit of insurance there, and I'll Precipice Blades. And then even the Ditto doesn't switch in comfortably. Nor does the Flutter Mane. As long as Precipice Blades connects this time. Come on, Groudon. Okay, Protect on Chi-Yu. Precipice Blades misses Koraidon, and Raging Bolt drops to a Dragon Claw. Alright. That's Pokemon. What do I lock Chi-Yu into here? They don't have a Dark Resist, and they do have Fire. They have Fire Resist. So I'm actually kind of thinking Dark Pulse. I could Dark Pulse the Chi-Yu slot. That one I think is relatively likely to switch here. And Precipice Blades. Come on, Groudon. You could do it. I swear. You just have to believe in yourself. I'd probably just lose to like Flutter Mane or something in the back anyway. I only have 2 turns of Tailwind left. But come on, Groudon. Let's give them a fight at least. The other thing about Dark Pulsing the Chi-Yu slot is that's the one that just protected. So if they keep it in, it's very likely to attack. Maybe I knock it out, or I get a flinch. Or we land a Precipice Blades into it. I mean, that's something, but yeah, I do only have 1 turn of Tailwind left. What's coming in? What's it gonna be? The suspense is killing me. It's actually not the worst thing if it's Ditto, because it'll be copying Chi-Yu and not Groudon. Being on that side of the field. It'll be weak to the Precipice Blades. Come on, let's see it. Really taking their time with this one. Which I guess they have every right to do. Okay, it's Flutter Mane, so it's going to protect. And then probably win. But it doesn't have Shadow Ball, actually, so Groudon resists both of its attacks. There might be something here. I'll Dark Pulse Koraidon. I think the Flutter Mane protects always in this position. And I'll just click Precipice Blades. Try to knock out Koraidon or catch something switching in. Yeah, the Tailwind might just end too early for me to pull this one out, but... I mean, if I get rid of Koraidon here, and I do... What's their last Pokemon? Let's see it. It's Raging Bolt. That's probably not good for me, is it? But, I don't know. We'll find out. Find out together. Gonna send my last 2 attacks of this game. Flutter Mane is not really... I mean, Flutter Mane is not going to KO Groudon. I'm worried that Raging Bolt might. The Terrastalized out of the Thunderclap immunity. Yeah. So... Unfortunately, one proven weakness at this point of this cobbled together Sun team is actual properly built Sun teams. We now drop to 1 and 3. I don't know that Top Cut was in play already. I don't even really know how they're doing that this time. And sometimes the hosts here change their minds mid-tournament, but hey, there's still 1 more round to play out. We'll see how that goes. Alright, well, this is how the last round goes. So, finish the tournament 2 and 3. Thanks to a bye at the end, winning round 1, and losing all the other sets I actually played. I think they were all 2-0 as well, so I won 2 games total tonight, and then got this bye here. So hey, the 2 and 3 looks a little bit more respectable than it is, huh? Turns out that a team that was cobbled together in a ladder challenge and, you know, capable of performing at a competent mid-level, 1400 level, on the best of 1, more often than not closed team sheet ladder, doesn't necessarily carry over very well to best of 3 open team sheet. I think we all could have seen that one coming, but you know, sometimes I do something like this with a silly ladder team that I've built and it actually does work out. I never really know what's going to happen before I actually give it a try, and that is part of the fun of a quick little low stakes practice tournament like this. So, did it go well tonight? No, it didn't. Did we learn any lessons? No, I'm pretty sure we didn't. But, you know, I had some fun here, and I don't want to talk forever about Overheat misses and Precipice Blades misses, and they were not the determining factors in most games, but there were some games that might have gone differently. You know, if we just gotten some different rolls. But, in the end, yeah, I couldn't get it done in best of 3 with this team, but I still won the ladder Nuzlocke. You can't take that away. And I had fun tonight. There's no taking that away either.